Alright, so I want to talk about scouting, specifically for a war attack. So the first thing that I look for if war prep day starts and I'm scouting a target that I might attack, the very first thing, where is the archer queen? This is very important. Archer queen is the highest damage dealing defensive structure. Level 7 archer queen, she can already tear stuff up. Level 7, she does 185 damage versus a level 1 Expo does 50. So Archer Queen is like 3 level 1 Expos at level 7 hitting the same target. So she's pretty deep in there. So there's not a whole lot of easy ways to get to her if you're going to use a kill squad. For instance, GoHo, if you're going to use 2 golems in your kill squad, you're still going to need maybe a jump spell, a lot of wall breakers, something to get to her. Now, the good news is that she is cornered up against this wall here. And what that means is that as soon as units start getting in her range, she's going to jump that wall, abandon her post. The range for her is right here. So as soon as units cross this threshold, she's going to hop over this fence, probably into this area where the mortar is, and start shooting from there. So even though she's all the way in the core, really you only have to break through about half the layers to get to her, because a queen up against the wall, she's going to jump it. If there's one space between her and the wall, she's probably still going to jump it. If there's 2 spaces, for instance, if you came from the top side, the town hall side, she's not going to run all the way over here and jump that wall. So that's another thing to take into account. Once you have the archer queen figured out, the next thing I like to look at is the expos, specifically if they're targeting air or ground only. Ground only, their range is going to be considerably farther, but that might mean that an air attack is much more favorable. For instance, these are on air, but if they were on ground and you have these 4 air defenses far on the outside that are easily to get to, air attack might be very appealing for this type of base. So step 2 is checking the expos, making sure where they are, making sure if they're on air or ground to help you eliminate some attacks. For instance, on this one, they're up in the air and they're in the core, so dragons are probably not a good idea. You could go Laloon this base, but again, it's really not the best. And here's why. The third thing, double giant bombs are pretty much the only thing that's going to stop a GoHo dead in its tracks. The only spaces big enough for even single giant bombs on this map are here, 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 and here. So at best, there's 4 single giant bombs somewhere in there, and a heal spell is going to take care of that very easily. And especially because those are all fairly close to wizard towers, which is the large group of hogs. Second thing that could slow them down quite a bit is wizard towers, because they're going to chip away at the whole group all at once. So those are the only 4 spots that they could be. And if I were to guess, I would say that the Teslas are there and the giant bombs are just somewhere, anywhere along this wall, anywhere out here. I mean, really, they could be anywhere. But wherever they are, it's not even going to be a big deal, because if they're spread out, a single giant bomb's not going to really do much at all to a GoHo. The next thing that we look for is he's got these builder's huts off in the corners. So especially if you're using a ground attack, it's always nice to just throw in 3 or 4 archers, whatever you need. Some people like to use minions because they can then fly around after that and hit any other trash buildings that's left. So now that you've figured out there's no threat of giant bombs, you got the builder's huts in the corners, let's go ahead and watch real quick the GoHo attack that was eventually used on this base. So golem's here. Barbarian King is also hanging way out here to the edge. So he's real easy to get to and kill. Another thing I forgot to mention earlier is the clan castle is hanging way out here. There's not even a question of, oh, can I get to it and lure it easily? Is there defensive buildings in the way? They threw it way out on the edge, the outermost building. So you could drop a single barbarian to scout, see what all's in there, drop your poison spells, whatever you need to do. They did not protect their clan castle very well. So this kill squad comes in here. As you can see here, the archer queen hopped over that wall and the barbarian king was able to get right to her. You didn't even need your archer queen to kill the enemies. So this kill squad is getting going, doing its thing. And then the hogs are deployed. And a base like this, you don't even have to really worry about surgical deployment or placing them in any specific order or whatever. I mean, you can just dump them all. And see, does the Tesla popped up there in that hole, the only place that there could have been a giant bomb inside the base, and working their way around. So speed it up here. The hogs just take care of everything because this person's defense had no way of dealing with mass hog attack. So that's it for step 1 of scouting, and we'll go over some more here in a little bit, different styles of attacks that work for scouting other bases. Thanks for watching.